so you may have seen that there is an Apple event this week, and I could not be more excited, obviously, because I'm a huge Apple fan, and any Apple news is exciting to me. So Tim Cook tweeted this out, and everyone saw it and was like, what is this? Is this an AirTag? Are they just gonna be releasing AirTags too? I mean, they could quite possibly, but the rumors have it it's gonna be the new iPhone SE. Now, as I was looking for some information and some leaks and some rumors, I came across this article from Macworld where they're saying that the era of the Apple event is over. Now, during COVID, we kind of went into this all new way of having Apple events. Like, they weren't live, they weren't in person. Yes, Apple will still have in-person events, but a lot of their announcements were just done through these really creative, artistic, keynote style launch videos. So I do think the days of having someone on stage live presenting, showing products is a thing of the past, because these videos now are so much fun to watch. Like, why would they go back? But let's dive into this Mac Rumors article where they're talking about the iPhone SE and what they know. I know nothing, just for the record. So thank you, Mac Rumors, for putting in the work. iPhone SE 4. Now, this is kind of an important phone for Apple because it is one of the lower end models. They do reuse parts from previous phones. It's kind of a win-win situation. Apple's able to reuse parts and thus giving you a less expensive iPhone, and still with all of the fun features that we know and love. So Apple first introduced the iPhone SE in 2016, and the SE stands for Special Edition. They are saying that there is a potential for a name change. I mean, they've been using this for the past 3 models, so anything is possible. So this phone is gonna be using the same chipset as the iPhone 16. They're saying that this could be called the iPhone 6e instead of the iPhone SE 4. So it's kind of unfair to give it a name that isn't really kind of tying in with the 16, so we'll see what they end up doing. So they're saying if you wanna know what the iPhone SE will look like, you can take a look at the iPhone 14 because it's gonna have the same general design. It's gonna have that aluminum and a glass build. It'll have the mute switch, which I do kind of miss the little switch button. We'll have the volume buttons, the notch, the power button, a 5G antenna, and a SIM tray. So no eSIM? Interesting. Although unlike the iPhone 14, it will probably have a single lens as opposed to the dual lens setup. They're saying that there's not going to be an action button or a camera control button for the iPhone SE 4, which would make sense. This is a more budget phone, so I think that they're not going to be putting these higher end upgraded things into this phone, which, to be honest with you, I don't really use the camera control that often. I do sometimes use it when I just need to open my camera up really quickly, but for the most part, I just feel like I've become so used to how I use my phone and take photos that it's definitely not necessary, but it is a fun, cool little feature to have. Apple is gonna be updating the SE, potentially, rumor has it, with an OLED display, so that's gonna be ending the cycle of LCD display in the iPhone lineup, which is, I guess that's kind of exciting. We're in an all new era. The LCDs are still gonna be used for some Macs and iPads, but the iPhone lineup is gonna be all OLED when the SE 4 launches. Looks like the notch is gonna be here. We're not gonna have Dynamic Island. There's gonna be no more Touch ID, which is kind of sad. The Touch ID was just such a great feature. I do wish that they would integrate Touch ID into like the power button, maybe in the Pro lineup. I think that'd be nice. No more Lightning. This is it. This is goodbye. The iPhone SE will have a USB-C port for charging, with Apple continuing its mission to phase out the Lightning port. See you soon. Actually, no, we won't see you. We'll never see you again. You're gone. The iPhone 14 has added support for MagSafe. I'm such a huge MagSafe fan. Like, not even just for charging, but using it to mount things like tripods, accessories. It's just such a great innovation. I love MagSafe so much. It's gonna have an A18 chip and 8 gigs of RAM. Love to see it. The good news is with the A18 chip, the iPhone SE 4 will be able to support Apple Intelligence. And I think this is obviously important because this is one of the big upselling features of the new iPhone is the iOS and the Apple Intelligence. And it's great because Apple is finally rolling out all of these features. And I think pretty much everything that was supposed to be out is out. Correct me if I'm wrong. Image Playground has been working so nicely now. I feel like when it first launched in beta, it was a little rough, but now I feel like I'm getting really great results. We have no concrete storage rumors, but the rest of the Apple's lineups start with 128 gigs of storage. So this could quite possibly be the end of the 64 gig storage option, which is, I guess, good for people who want more storage, but that was a really great way to save money by going with a lower end storage. As for the camera, the iPhone SE could get the same 48 megapixel wide lens that is on the iPhone 16, which that'd be a big step up because the previous one had 12 megapixels megapixels on the iPhone SE3. Now, the iPhone SE4 is not gonna have a telephoto lens or an ultra wide lens, but it does indeed use the same wide lens and will support next-gen portraits with focus and depth control. You'll also be able to use the new photographic styles and an option to crop into 2x optical zoom. So it'll kind of feel like you'll have a zoom, but not technically. Oh, so for connectivity, Apple is apparently going to debut its new in-house modem. It's gonna give us our first look at how Apple's modem technology compares to Qualcomm's. Oh boy, we've got a little modem matchup here. Saying Apple's modern chip won't support the fastest millimeter wave 5G speeds, but it will connect to more widespread 6 Hz 5G networks. Apple wants to cut down on its reliance on Qualcomm, so this new modem is a first step. I'm sure that's not great for Qualcomm. I love my Qualcomm friends, so we'll see how this all works out. Emergency SOS and satellite. This was first introduced a few years ago, and thankfully I haven't had any need for the crash detect, but I have used the satellite SOS on iMessages during some hikes and times when I don't have cell reception. And I actually am going to be going on a trip for a while, and I'm gonna be somewhere where I don't think I'll have any cell reception. So I am really gonna be relying on this satellite. So I hope that it works well. This is gonna be a real test. Rumors are suggesting that the iPhone SE4 will have the same battery as the iPhone 14. I feel like there's a lot of similarities here between the iPhone 14. So basically iPhone SE is kind of like just a few years behind, but still gonna be a solid device, good enough to be able to run Apple Intelligence, which is pretty exciting. As for pricing, the iPhone SE could be more expensive than the current model, but Apple looks to be aiming to the price point around $500. And look at this, no event. It's so sad, but yes, Tim, we will be ready February 19th, new Apple launch. But like, look at this, like this looks like an AirTag, right? Right? Maybe we'll get a new AirTag. Maybe we'll get a couple of things. I don't know. Well, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think Apple is gonna be launching in the comments below. I mean, I think it's probably pretty safe to say it's gonna be an iPhone SE, but will there be some extras? Will there be one more thing? I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.